Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihara Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihara Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradari Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradari Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदामयं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादं सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
We are reading from second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, text number 15. Should we chant together or?
Yes.
You have Bhagavad Gita. Yam hina vyadhayanti ete Yam hina vyadhayanti ete Purusham Purusharshabha Purusham Purusharshabha Samadukha Sukham Dhiram Samadukha Sukham Dhiram Samritatvaya Kalpate Samritatvaya Kalpate Yam hina vyadhyanti ete Purusham Purusharshabha Samadukha Sukham Dhiram Samritatvaya Kalpate Yam hina vyadhyanti ete Purusham Purusharshabha Samadukha Sukham Dhiram Somritatvaya Kalpate
Yam hina vyadhayanti ete
Yam hina vyadhyanti ete
Purusham Purusharshabha
Purusham Purusharshabha
Samadukha sukham dhiram
Samadukha sukham dhiram
Sumritatvaya kalpate.
Sumritatvaya kalpate.
Mataji?
Ich habe keine Ahnung.
Haben wir noch eine Bhagavad Gita? Für die Mataji?
Ich glaube, eine Sache halt.
Kann ich kurz die zu?
Ja.
Mataji, you want to recite also the text 15?
Okay.
Here, text 15.
Yam hina vyayanti ete Purusham Purushashabha Samadukha Sukham Dhiram Somritatvaya Kalpate. Yam, one to whom?
One, two.
He, certainly.
Certainly.
Na,
No.
never.
Never.
Vyadhyanti,
Yadyanti.
are dressing.
Are interested.
Are distressing. Ete,
Ete.
all this.
All this.
Purusham,
Purusham.
to a person.
To a person.
Purusha Rishabha,
Purusha Rishabha.
O best among men.
O best among men.
Sama,
Sama.
unaltered.
Unaltered.
Dukha,
Dukha.
in distress.
In distress.
Sukham,
Sukham.
and happiness.
And happiness.
Dhiram,
Dhiram.
patient.
Patient.
Sa,
Sa.
he.
He.
Amritatvaya,
Amritatvaya.
for liberation.
For liberation.
Kalpate,
Kalpate.
is considered eligible.
Is considered eligible.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. O best among men, the person who is not disturbed by happiness and distress and is steady in both is certainly eligible for liberation. Purport. Anyone who is steady in his determination for the advanced stage of spiritual realization and can equally tolerate the onslaughts of distress and happiness is certainly a person eligible for liberation. In the Varnashrama institution, the fourth stage of life, namely the renounced order, sannyasa, is a painstaking situation. But one who is serious about making his life perfect surely adopts the sannyasa order of life in spite of all difficulties. The difficulties usually arise from having to sever family relationships, to give up the connection of wife and children. But if anyone is able to tolerate such difficulties, surely his path to spiritual realization is complete. Similarly, in Arjuna's discharge of duties as a kshatriya, he is advised to preserve, even if it is difficult to fight with his family members or similarly beloved persons. Lord Chaitanya took sannyasa at the age of 24, and his dependents, young wife as well as old mother, had no one else to look after them. Yet, for a higher cause, he took sannyas and was steady in the discharge of higher duties. That is the way of achieving liberation from material bondage. Yamhina vyahyanti ete purusham purushavurshaba samadukha sukham dhiram samvritatvaya kalpate. O best among men, the person who is not disturbed by happiness and distress and is steady in both is certainly eligible for liberation. This verse is continuation, two verses which previously. One was about very famous verse about constantly changing. As we constantly change the body, similarly, after death of this body, we go to another body. And it's explained that we should tolerate it. We should be dhira. And the same word is also hira. Hira. It's also dhiram. And 2:14 was about toleration. That we should do our duty. Is difficult or is easy. We should do what we should do. Yeah. And this verse is continuation. And here is interesting, actually it's coming to my mind today, that on this verse, first time in Bhagavad Gita narration, coming word liberation. It means some higher purpose of all this topic about that soul is eternal, is constantly changing the bodies. It means here Krishna suggests that is some solution for this, constantly changing the bodies. And yes, and also here Krishna give a name of Arjuna, Purushashabha, means the best from the people. And yeah, we can, at least I understand this for on two sides. From one point of view, Krishna tried to, coaching Arjuna. Yeah, you are the best. You can do it. And from second point of view, Krishna is talking to Arjuna. What are you doing? You are the best of the man. You should know what is your duty, what is your dharma. Yeah, and in this way, Krishna constantly in the pages of Bhagavad Gita is trying to convince Arjuna to fight. Yeah, and here is this word is liberation, is very interesting. This Amritvaya, Amritatvaya. Mrityu? What means Mrityu?
Not dying?
Yeah, death. Mrityu means death. Amrita means not death, it's nectar. Yeah, and this word here is Amritatva. And this end of the word tva means analyzing this topic.
das
For example, you can give example
so
of
analysieren.
tattva. Tat means knowledge. You can translate like this, and tva means that this topic of knowledge.
Das Gebiet, das was
And here is Amrita Tva. It means the topic of immortality. It means Krishna is establish this topic. Yeah. And like Krishna is this verse from Brahma Samhita. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchit Ananda Vigraha. Satchit Ananda is eternal, full of knowledge and full of bliss. And similarly, we living entities, because we are coming from Krishna, we are also Satchit Ananda. It means it is our, to say, original position to be Satchit Ananda. And now, because we are connected with this material world, we don't feel so much that we are Satchit Ananda. But this is our real nature, be Satchit Ananda. Therefore, it's natural for us, we don't like to die. Yeah. If we ask somebody, do you want to die? Everybody won't live, because this is our nature. Satchit Ananda. And yeah, and Prabhupada, here I have his lecture from this verse. And Prabhupada explained that actually this material world is like a dream. It means it's not... From one point of view it's dream, but from other, when we are dreaming, we are really into, for example, we have some horrible dream and we wake up, we are sweaty, our heart is beating so strong. It means we are, how to say, emotionally in this dream. It means this interesting topic that we, by dreaming, we can be in completely different worlds. We can be a king, we can be a warrior, or whatever. This is only some imagination, but during the dreaming, we are really into. And similarly, this material world is, from eternal point of view, is not important. It's some dream. And similarly, in the time of death, soul in the body in the subtle body is moving to another body. We give up this gross body in time of death, and we are going to in subtle body is from mind, intelligence, and false ego. These three energies. Taking soul to another body. this is transmigration of the soul, you can say. Yeah, but we should be always dhira, we should be always cool, we should always tolerate this. Yeah, this here on this verse is that we should tolerate also happiness. How to tolerate happiness? Everybody wants to be happy, and what it means tolerate happiness. My understanding is we should be not going so much emotionally to the happiness. Emotion means mind, and we should control our mind. This means we should, by intelligence, control this mind, this happiness, distress, this coming and going constantly. Yes, and Prabhupada stressed here this point that this tolerance of happiness and distress should track us to this understanding that I'm Brahman, Adhatu Brahma Jigyasa, to cultivate spiritual knowledge, be concentrate of not on activity of this body, which are temporary, but the activity of Brahman.
Sorry, what is the activity of Brahman?
Brahman?
Yes, what is the activity?
Activity of Brahman? Yeah, spirituality, you can say.
Okay.
What we are doing in Bhakti Yoga, this is a level of Brahman. This famous verse in 18th chapter. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na Shochati na Kankshati Sama Sarveshtu Bhuteshu Ma Bhakti Malabhate Param. If somebody is on the level of Brahman and is Prasanna Atma, it means he's fully satisfied. Then this person is engaging in devotional life, in Bhakti Yoga. It means Bhakti, pure Bhakti is on the level of Brahman. Pure, not contaminated Bhakti is on the level of Brahman. And if somebody is on this level, he has equal vision. It's also a very famous verse, 5:18. Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gavihastini shunicheva shvapakacha pandita samadarshinaha. That pandit, one who is pandit, it means who has a knowledge, is shamadarshi. He is seeing for everything equal. He is seeing tree, brahmana, he is seeing low class person who are eating dogs. He is equal for all of them. And this equal vision is constantly coming on the pages of Bhagavad Gita. It's very common. Equal vision. And this is actually spiritual vision, because we are not see a body, but we see soul and how it is working. was it my mind? It's interesting that Prabhupada explained in this purport that we should do endeavor. And he's giving example of Lord Chaitanya, who took sannyas, order of sannyas in a very early age. He was 24, he was so young. His young wife, old mother, and he gave up his duty as a husband, as a son, and he took sannyas. And this is very significant, because by this way Lord Chaitanya showed us how important is propagating spiritual knowledge. Because Lord Chaitanya was criticized because when he go to Gaya, he took initiation from Ishvarapuri, and he was constantly in ecstasy. And he cannot properly continue his job like a teacher. and students, they criticize him. And to help them, he took sannyasa order, because if somebody is on this sannyasa order, everybody is taking respect to this sannyasi. Yeah. Still these days, you can see in India, even if I, for example, I travel in Saffron, in South India, a few times some people coming to me and take dust from it means it is still visible in Indian culture, this big respect to people who cultivate spiritual life. And also Prabhupada gives some, because somebody says, what about me? I'm not ready to take sannyas. But Prabhupada explained that in his purport that even if somebody is living in the family life and he can tolerate this happiness, distress, all these things, he is ready for liberation. This amritattva. It means this bhakti yoga process is so powerful that it's not needed to giving up our position in the society. We should give up our mentality, our material consciousness. And this is the more important to change our mind, to change our vision of the world. Okay, maybe some comments, questions.
Yeah, maybe to the last point, that it's more important to change the consciousness. But I would say even it's necessary to first change the consciousness to spiritual, or
Yes.
take it on a higher plane than taking sannyas. Otherwise, it wouldn't make any sense, right?
Yeah, actually, yes. But also this is process. Yeah?
Yeah.
And sometimes changing our normal life is helpful for our spiritual life. Therefore, devotees give up their duty, for example, and they join to the temple to be a monk, to be trained in spiritual life. And it's coming also to my mind that this is what you said is very important, because still in India there are, how to say, we can say this Jnana Yoga process, and it is performed by brahmanas, by male, and the process start from taking sannyas. They study Upanishads, study philosophy, but sometimes it is a little bit artificial. They take sannyas and now they're Narayana. But more important is changing our heart than changing some external things. But also we should understand that this is process. Step by step is coming to our heart is more and more clean, we can understand more and more. It means this is not, usually it's not so short. Needs some endeavor, needs some tolerance, like here Krishna explained. We should tolerate this happiness and distress. It means needs some endeavor. Some comments?
Ich habe so die Erfahrung gemacht, dass viele, mit denen man spricht, die jetzt keine Devotees sind, so diese Pflicht, das Leben als Pflicht sehen, das so zu machen und so und so.
Ich habe in my lifetime experience, I've seen that many people see it just as duty to do it like this or like this.
Wenn sie erfahren würden, dass das eine Freude ist, wenn das Freude in ihnen auslöst, dass sie das gerne tun, dann würden sie das bestimmt so gerne machen.
When they would experience that those sticking to those regulative principles is joyful, then they would maybe do it.
Wenn sie dahin kommen, dass das eine Freude ist, ich habe auch bei der Rufverteilung manchmal einige wenige kennengelernt, die schon so Freude in sich hatten. Da kam die eine Frau mal vom Friedhof, hatte ihren Mann beerdigt.
At book distribution, I once had the experience that some people had already this joyfulness inside.
Und dann sagte sie, und dann habe ich die Bhagavad Gita genommen und die hat mir so viel Kraft gegeben. Das ist ja so ein wunderbares Buch. Ich war ganz begeistert.
Yeah, I met a woman, she took the Bhagavad Gita and said to me, it was just so helpful to read this Bhagavad Gita.
Oder einer hat mich mal im Zug angesprochen und hat gesagt, was lesen Sie da? Ich sage, ist das ein Buch von Prabhupada? Ich sage, ja. Ach, da habe ich die Bhagavad Gita, das ist so wunderbar. Und dann hat das ganze Abteil die Bücher genommen von Prabhupada.
There's another story I want to share. once I was approached by a woman in the train, and she was asking, "Do you read a book of Prabhupada?" And yes. And then she said, "Oh, I've at home the Bhagavad Gita. It's so wonderful." And due to this conversation, all the whole train part took some books.
Ja. Und heute?
Another story.
Heute hatte ich auch ein Erlebnis. Heute war einer hier, ich denke, was kommt da für einer? So wie so ein Motorrad. Ja. Ich gehe raus, eine Maschine, sowas habe ich noch nicht gesehen. Das war ein Rollstuhlfahrer, der hat so wie ein Motorrad, aber auf 4 Rädern so irgendwie.
3. Yeah,
Ach so, 3.
Yeah, today I had some experience. I heard some very loud noise, some motorcycle. It was actually 3-wheeled, 2 in front, and he was some
Postman?
Motorrad
disabled.
Yeah.
His legs was disabled. He told he could not move anything below something like this, and he had some Rollstuhl.
Rollstuhl hat er so dran.
Wheelchair, wheelchair at the side of this motorcycle. It was just fixed on this motorcycle.
Ja. Und dann wollte er, dass ich Bilder mache. Er hat durch Zufall so erfahren, über YouTube oder was das war, dass hier ein Tempel ist und ist hierher gefahren. Und er wollte für seine Frau und seine 2 Töchter sind streng vegan und er aber nicht. Und sagt er trinkt auch manchmal ein Bierchen. Und er wollte seiner Frau und den Kindern Freude machen und ich sollte Fotos machen, dann habe ich Fotos gemacht und Jan war total erfreut und hat gesagt, damit die dann auch mal das nächste Mal mit hierher kommen, ja, wo er das entdeckt hat. Ja, also,
hast du ihm auch ein Buch gegeben eigentlich?
2 Bücher habe ich gegeben.
2 Bücher hast du
ja.
gemacht?
Ja.
Was hast du ihm gegeben?
Krishna, die Quelle aller Freude.
Oh.
Und muss ich erst noch gucken, das andere. Aber
okay, auch ein größeres. Yes, he was just near in Waldkirchen, but he looked on the map and found this place. He was looking around what's to see here, and then he talked to Kishori Mataji and then asked for some pictures. So she took some pictures of the temple and gave him. So he said to her, I have a wife and 2 daughters, and I would like them. I guess they would like this place. They're strict vegans, but he sometimes drinks some beer and is not vegan. Yes, and then she also gave him the Krishna book and some other book, one other book.
Ja, das waren die besten, die ich da entdecken könnte. Ich wollte ihn ja nicht so lange da draußen warten lassen. Ja. Also Krishna arrangiert immer alles so wunderbar. Ja.
Krishna is arranging everything so wonderfully.
Yeah, this is example of transcendental happiness. Yeah, because on this verse is happiness and distress, and in this material world we should tolerate.
Yeah.
But this is example of if we are giving Krishna consciousness to the people, then it's transcendental happiness. Okay, some more question, comments?
This might be just a very technical thing, but can I somehow differentiate this happiness meant in the Sukha and Ananda? When I don't, I mean, for sure there's big differences, but before I really know what Ananda is, can I somehow see my own happiness and see that it's just Sukha?
Yes, we can say that is happiness is on material level and Ananda is on spiritual level. But this happiness on material level we can divide for 3 modes of material nature. This is also, I think, in 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. That is happiness on the level of sattva guna, rajoguna, and tamoguna.
That's an answer. Yes.
And when this happiness is on pure sattva guna, we can say that this is transcendental. It means it's not sharp border between transcendental happiness and material happiness, because there's some kind of gradation, yeah, like we have in the car. Yeah? This mark. It's not 0, 1, but it's gradation. Yeah. Therefore, we sometimes feel happiness on the level of mood of goodness, but sometimes spiritual. And we feel during the kirtan, for some spiritual activity. Yeah. And if somebody is completely pure, he is constantly on ecstasy, like we say. He's constantly on this level of transcendental happiness. Yeah. Yeah, you can read in Bhagavad Gita this part about happiness. It's very nicely explained.
In 18th chapter.
Yes, I think yes. Happiness in different modes of material nature. Usually on the end, Bhagavad Gita is index, and by this index it's more easy to find. You can find happiness, and will be when in Bhagavad Gita is this topic. It's very helpful in study of Bhagavad Gita, because some people, they don't like reading from the beginning to the end of book. They have some concept, some problem, and they won't like find solution for this problem in the Bhagavad Gita. And then this index is very nice for searching this in Bhagavad Gita. And this way we can study Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, some more questions, comments? If not, we have 4 minutes to Arati. Shila Prabhupada ki jai, Bhagavad Gita estis ki jai, Gaura Permananda.
Ja, Glück. Schon ein Riesenbücherregal.